Yo, what's up, Deven?
What's up, Anurag? Had a great time recording the first episode, which was on Dome,
Yeah,
and today it's on
and
Home.
yeah, we are following a pattern, and
Yeah.
puns is not a good pattern to go on.
Yeah. All
But
right.
I
But
read a very
excited. Yeah.
interesting thing. Yeah, I read one very interesting thing about today's word actually. The etymology of the word home. Do you know where it comes from?
Home. No. Please enlighten me.
So it's very funny because the origin is from Old English, obviously. It The word for home was ham first, the stuff we eat, and it meant a
Okay.
dwelling place. But before that, the meaning of that word was to hide. So basically,
Oh,
the
okay.
stuff like yeah, where we live in, like houses, is where we hide our sins. That's how they started. This word came into being. That's a little crazy.
Crazy. Insane. Nice to know. Awesome. Yeah, good. Yeah. So, yeah, last time I think we did Dome, and I just thought that there were some things that I missed out talking about because we just have three questions. So, some close uh, but no cigar kind of misses were Auroville, uh, the the
Okay,
dome in Pondicherry,
right,
and then I'm also going to
right.
talk about Millennium Dome in London, which features a lot in you know
Oh,
the Bond movies, Mobland,
yeah.
and that has some interesting stuff going on there.
Interesting. My near miss last time was the Golden Dome. Have you heard of that?
I did, but you can tell me more about it.
So basically, it's America's answer to what Israel is doing, like the Iron Dome, the
Okay.
the air defense system. So basically, it will detect any incoming ballistic missile threats and stuff like that, and have like an AI automated response to like defending their airspace. And obviously, because Trump has golden hair, he would want to call it a golden dome.
Yeah. So we'll do a quick flashback of how we arrived at this word, and then yeah, today's word is home. Let's start with our three questions just to give the viewers a quick recap of what we do and how we do. So basically, Anurag and I will pick a topic randomly on the go, which will be for all of you to see. We'll get three questions around that topic, and then we go into rabbit holes.
Yeah, so it's basically two nerds geeking out over random stuff they read on the internet on one particular word which we didn't know anything about before. So this
Correct.
should be fun.
Yes. And the beauty of this format is you can cut across many categories like sports, music, movies, politics, geography, history, blah, 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 and so on. And, it gives you a chance to read up on very interesting stuff and go into some very interesting rabbit holes. So without much ado, yeah, let's
Absolutely.
go with the first question.
All right, so I'll go first with my question of the day today. Welcome to my quiz today, Deven. The first question coming up is this is basically a movie set that the props that you see here are were used very famously in one particular movie. So they are currently used by a tribe from Tunisia as their permanent home. Like they didn't dismantle the set at all, but they just started living here. So which movie am I talking about?
Lovely cue, first of all. And I would guess this might be Tatooine from Star Wars. They showed Tatooine using this.
Perfect.
What a nice one.
Perfect. What
Well done.
a crack out of the
In Phantom
box.
Menace.
In Phantom Menace, yeah. So obviously, when the sequel trilogy, the prequel trilogy was being shot, they had better technology, better set designs, and stuff like that. So a rabbit hole on this particular thing is that the entire set was made from plaster of Paris and wood, basically, and you can see the desert-like terrain of the place. The place was chosen because it reflected the hometown of Anakin Skywalker, where he actually tinkered with a lot of ships and he grew up and created R2D2 and stuff like that. And when the shooting was wrapped up, they got so engrossed in the marketing of this movie that they forgot to take off the set technically. They took off all the important props, like all the machineries and stuff they did take off, but this set was still standing. So basically, when a Japanese or a Chinese magazine came to tour here just to see where this movie was filmed, they found that this tribe is now inhabiting this props as they've taken residence here, and they're like selling Phantom Menace merch and stuff. So that's pretty crazy.
Wonderful. Wonderful question.
What a crack though! Like just from the images, what a beautiful crack.
Thank you. Yeah, I think a good start to the episode. And obviously, Star Wars is our love. And this also reminds me of the Lord of the Rings, where, New Zealand tourism got a big boost after a
Yeah,
lot of the
the hobbits.
LOTR
Yeah,
stuff was shot there. So lovely Fanta there. And of course, home to the best species in the sci fi universe. Okay. So, yeah, same here. We'll do season one,
nice.
episode two on home of Rabbit Holes. Here's your first question. This is from the world of movies. So in Home, that's how it connects to the category. In Home Alone 2, that's of course Macaulay Culkin. In Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, in this particular scene, there is a cameo by a certain person, famous, infamous, whose face
Okay.
have I hidden?
Right. So this was a very popular meme also. Again, with the president's second term coming, this became like a very popular meme that he should have only starred in movies. This is because I knew the answer. This is Donald Trump,
Well done.
and I
Perfect answer.
believe this. Yeah, I believe this is a scene where Macaulay Culkin is in the Trump Towers or something. I don't remember the
Yeah,
movie
so the
exactly, but
story goes that it is obviously Trump's property, and the producers and some of the cast of the movie say that he kind of enforced himself into the scene. He's like, if you want to use my property, you better have me in the movie. However, Trump denies it
right.
totally, and he said he was forced into the scene, and it was not his wish at all.
Wow. Okay.
So you never know what's the truth.
So yeah, sure,
But
sure,
yeah,
sure.
we
So
did speak about
what
Trump
is
in the
happening
beginning.
now is happening then.
Yeah.
Sorry?
In fact, we did speak about Trump in the beginning as well. I don't know, something came up and we talked about Donald Trump. So I was like, oh, okay, you already have some hint to the first question. But yeah, uh, the
Right.
the second movie is called Lost in New York, and now Trump has again lost in New York, or his party has. And
Yeah.
Zoran Mamdani
Like
is the
topical
new,
and on
yeah,
theme.
on thing. Zoran has now come in. Obviously, what a stud guy. He plays Dum Machale in his
I
winning
swear.
speech. That is like a mic drop moment for ages. And
Yeah.
mom is Meera Nair, winner of the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival. Insane. So yeah, also, so the other rabbit hole I went into is, so we all know that Joe Pesci is one of the cute arch enemies of Macaulay Culkin's character in Home Alone 2. But
Right.
obviously, he's known to play all these fierce, volatile characters in
Hmm.
Goodfellas and Raging Bull, My Cousin Vinny, Casino, and all that.
Right.
So I kind of took a segue from that, and I'm going to show you one thing which is really interesting. It's one of my favorite shows, connects to one of my favorite films. Okay,
Nice.
so I'm going to show you this clip, and then I will talk about it. This is the rabbit hole I went into. So just take a look at this. This is a slightly a lengthier one, but it's a very interesting reference. So this is from Sopranos. This guy is Christopher
Hmm.
Moltisanti. So of course it's based off Goodfellas and all the Italian American mafia culture. So the Funda, and that's my favorite genre of movies. Funda in any Cosa Nostra family or the Big Five New York families or any anyone related to being a good fellow or a wise guy. So you get made. So there's this term called getting made. So if you
Hmm.
are getting inducted into the family, you're going to be one of the fraternity, one member of the family after you've done all the groundwork and literally thrashing people and all. If they consider you eligible, they will get you made. So that's the term they
Okay.
use. So, and there is a ceremony held for it. And, there's a lot of traditional things that happen. It's a very secretive thing. So, but when someone is getting made, they'll pin their finger and burn some playing card and all that jazz. And then you officially become someone who can then become a soldier, then become a captain, then become the underboss or a consigliere, and then become the super boss of the family. So this is how it goes. So this is how the Cosa Nostra works. So this guy, Christopher Moltisanti, after his character, after a lot of groundwork and gang work, he's finally getting made. And that day is a ceremony,
Okay.
and they will suddenly tell you that okay, you have to come to this location, wear shiny stuff, and that's your hint that okay, this might be my day. So then the next shot, his girlfriend is actually seeming worried. So he asks her, "What happened?" And she says, "I'm worried for you." Okay, and he says, "You watch too many movies." So this one line is a reference to the great movie on this topic, The Goodfellas. And what happens in that, Joe Pesci's character is getting made, and while he's on his way, when he reaches the location, he gets whacked. So that is why she's worried. And I'll just quickly show you that clip. So, that's my detour to Joe Pesci and Home Alone.
Nice.
That is Joe Pesci's character. This shot. Yeah. So that's the Funda. The guy, the cute
Nice.
villain from Home Alone, also played this wonderful character. And it's a very, very
That's
niche
crazy.
reference in Sopranos. So when he's on the way to be made, he just gets whacked. Yeah. Deep there.
Crazy.
Sorry to take you down that long route.
No, that was interesting. Now that makes me add Sopranos to my watch list.
Please do see it. It's the best thing you'll see on there. I've seen it at least 2 or 3 times, and our mutual friend Phoebus actually introduced
Yeah, yeah.
me to that. Yeah, and obviously one another thing is I have a band here in Bangalore, and we call ourselves the Goodfellas. So that's one
Yeah.
more.
Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Awesome. That was a great question and a amazing detour. Loved it.
Thank you. I think thanks to this series, I'm getting license to do all this.
Nice, nice. All right. So question number 2 is from Adidas, actually. They recently released on their Instagram and worldwide one of their largest ever collection of football kits, right? So they released 22 to 23 football kits for the new FIFA World Cup in 2026, of which this is the Argentina kit that they released. This is obviously the blue and white Albiceleste Argentina kit that we are all familiar with. But this time, the blue shade has three different color tones. So there is a reason behind this particular choice of colors. What is the reason?
Wow. And your connect with home here is the home jersey
The
bit, is
home
it?
kits, yes.
Home
They
jersey,
are
home
all
kits.
home
Oh,
kits,
lovely,
yes.
lovely. What a lateral cut. And what a funda, by the way. I don't know this, but I saw their post. Of course, I love the Germany jersey. And
Yeah,
I saw their
so good.
teaser as well. Looks fantastic with Yamal doing the
Yeah,
rodeo thing and all. But this I don't know. But let me take a shot.
yeah. This is yeah, you can figure this out. There are three distinct colors here.
My first guess would be like the shades of river, sky, and
Okay,
maybe something like that. The hues of the sky or the shades
that
or
is
representing the river.
interesting. That's an interesting way to think about it. Certainly, Adidas has done things like that before, but not in this case, unfortunately. What I will, as a hint, I will tell you is Adidas
Hmm.
loves the concept of three. Like you can see it
Yeah,
everywhere in their logos and their designs and stuff. And
correct.
something about Argentina for this particular year really led connection of three. So think on those lines.
Argentina as the country or Argentina football team? Like just a little bit more
A
hint.
football team.
I'm guessing the so they've won 3 World Cups. So that represents the 3 World Cups that they won. I think 86 Maradona, one more maybe, and the last one when they beat France. So is that the connect? The 3 World Cup wins?
Yeah, but then why the three different blues? Like you're close.
The kids
Like
that
you're
they
right there.
won in, like the kids of
Yes,
the finals or
exactly.
the color represent the kids that they won. Wonderful.
Exactly. These
Wonderful.
were
What
the
a
three
fun.
shades of blue. These were the three shades of blue that Argentina won their finals in. And that is
Beautiful.
what is shown. So this was the first one is 1979 a kit where they've won it for the first time. The middle one is obviously the latest one, 2022, right? Where they won in Qatar. And the
Yeah,
last one is, they played the last one, which Maradona won in 1986. They
correct.
were the away team at that time, not the home team. So this was their away kit at that time. So that is why in the previous designs, you can see one dark blue stripe
Yeah,
and two light blue hues.
beautiful,
That's a
lovely
very good
Fanta.
crack, Devin.
Wonderful. No, I mean the question in itself is so good. I was just helped along by you, and wow, lovely Funda. Loved it.
Awesome. And obviously, the deep rabbit hole to go down here is the 22 kits that Adidas recently launched. And well, World Cup being held, there's a different countries with different crests coming up. So another tangent from here is the Japan kit that they released actually. So Japan doesn't really have like a, football winning history on a global scale. Of course, they have won the Asia tournaments and stuff, but the inspiration behind the Japanese home kit, can you guess what the inspiration behind that would be?
Dude,
It's
I
very little
read it.
information to go off on, but
Yeah, but somehow I feel I read this on somewhere on the net, but I keep forgetting.
okay,
Is
I'll
it?
give you a hint.
Yeah.
It is a very famous natural phenomena that happens only in Japan, and
Is
that
it
also
the
gives Japan
Sakura?
its nickname and stuff.
No, no, no.
No, not the Sakura.
Jap, Jap, Japanese. The nickname for Japan is Nihon, right? Is that?
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
the
the
sunrise.
actual name of Japan.
Yeah, the sunrise, is it?
Yes, yes, yes. So that's what they took the inspiration from. So there is this very particular type of haze that forms on in the sky when the sun rises in Japan, particularly around the Mount Fuji and the Hokkaido area, and that creates like a waves of sky patterns in sky, and that you can see in the home kit of Japan this time.
Super. Didn't
That's
know this. Wow. Wonderful. On that note, please check out the Portugal jersey as well, released by Puma.
that's Puma, right?
Plugin. Hashtag plugin.
Wait, but
Yeah.
Portugal is Nike,
No, no, no. Puma. Portugal is Puma now.
They switch up.
Portugal, yeah. Portugal,
Nice, nice.
Switzerland, all.
Switzerland though was there for the last what 6 7 years now, right?
Yeah.
Awesome,
Cool.
awesome.
But lovely Fanta and good, like a good segue from home to this, like very nicely cut home jersey. Wow. But on that note, we have some kind of like, by entirely by coincidence, we have some kind of theme going on here because your first question was movies, my first question was movies, your second question was football. My second question is
Sports.
also
Yeah.
related to football, but not home
Nice. Let's
kits,
go.
but something else.
Mm, okay.
So cool. So my question too is this: Ozzy Osbourne's, one of my favorite rock stars, final concert took place at the home ground of which football club? So that's Ozzy, and
Okay.
if you know a little bit of history about Ozzy, you can figure this out. Let me know if you need any hint.
Yeah. My mind is going on a lateral thinking route here. So Ozzy Osbourne was very closely associated with bats, right? Like even in this image, there are
Yes, yes.
bats behind him
He
and stuff.
bit off a bat's head after a
He
concert.
bit off a bat's
Yeah,
head and stuff like that. So
yeah,
but you said that it connect to where he's from, and the concert's name also that you said was Back to the Beginning, right?
yeah.
But
Concert was called Back to the Beginning.
my guess would be um, Valencia football team's home stadium.
That's a lovely guess. And I know why you're guessing that, where you're coming from, because Valencia team, the logo
Yeah,
has bats
the logo is the bat
featured.
and
Yeah. Lovely guess, but not quite the answer. Also, not quite the country that we're
the
looking for.
region. Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured. Isn't Ozzy Osbourne Australian?
No, unlike the name suggests, he's not Australian. He's okay. Let
English.
me narrow it down. He's English.
Okay, yeah, yeah. It was either English or Australian.
Correct.
Okay, so a team would be from Premier League or English football, basically.
Primarily, yeah. Top tier.
Right.
Very famous.
Very famous home ground of which football club? Okay, I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark. Was it the Manchester United Old Trafford?
Good guess. Not from Manchester. So Oasis are from Manchester, but they are City
Right.
fans. Uh, so like
Okay.
that, Elton John is a Watford fan and so on. But Ozzy is some other club's fan, and hence, he also comes to the games of this. In fact, this club also plays Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train and Paranoid usually when they step out during the kickoff. Now it's been replaced by Escape by Craig Armstrong, but till last season they used to play very regularly Paranoid and
Okay.
Crazy Train by Ozzy. So very famous.
Is that a hint to where that region is from?
Okay, the region hint I can give you is they also play the Midlands Derby, so it's somewhere in the Midlands.
Midlands Derby. Okay. So nothing from up there like Liverpool or United is
No,
not there.
not
Not
North
Newcastle,
clubs, not so much North. Yeah,
not
Midlands.
South, Southern club, not Brighton,
Nothing from
not
South.
London
Yeah,
clubs.
not London clubs. Should do you want one more hint?
Okay. Midland.
So this concert happened on July 5th in Birmingham. So they were from Birmingham, but it's not
Yeah.
Birmingham City.
Yeah. Birmingham City won't be there. Is it Coventry?
Good guess, not Coventry, but
Which other? Milton Keynes?
good guess, not Milton Keynes either. Very famous. Okay. Tom Hanks is a big fan of this club.
Oh, is it Aston Villa?
And spot on. Well done. So good
Damn.
guess. Yeah.
I've seen this
So
before.
yeah. So he's a childhood Aston Villa fan, and this concert was such a great tribute. Like it was like a 10-12 hour marathon
Crazy.
tribute. Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, Mastodon, you name it, Alice in Chains, Sleep Token, Tom
My
Morello,
God.
Gojira. So many of the greats came down and played with Ozzy, and even Black Sabbath, Ozzy's band played. So this is actually the Black Sabbath bridge in Aston Villa. So you can see Geezer
Crazy.
Butler, Ozzy, Tony Iommi, and Bill Ward. So yeah, they have a lot of connections there, and they all of them are almost fans of Aston Villa. Yeah, I mean, a lovely tribute, and so I mean,
Awesome.
what you can say, such a lovely concert, and just months after that, I think Ozzy passed away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, insane concert. Like what a tribute! I think he's literally gave birth to the metal genre. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
I didn't know about this concert. I stayed in Birmingham, but I didn't know that there was such a
It
thing here.
happened, yeah,
That's
this year,
crazy.
5th July, it happened. Crazy concert. Like I watched it, so we took a
Awesome.
special and we watched it online. And we were also actually
Damn.
trying to see if we can get tickets, but sigh.
Ah,
All right, cool. I will stop
what a question,
presenting.
dude. Like that was
Yeah.
too good.
Thank you and good crack. I think we went into some different rabbit holes, and that's the whole point. I think
Yeah,
rather,
the guesses themselves were
yeah. I mean, one thing
something
leads
of
to
a
another,
trivia.
and I mean, seriously, I went from, and I think that's the whole point. I went from Home Alone to Donald Trump to Lost in New York to Zoran to his mom Mira Nair, and then how her films have done.
Yeah,
And, it's always like that. You
yeah,
just
it's
take
always
one
like
thing
that.
and
Like, yeah, if here you didn't give the Tom Hanks hint, my next guess would have been MK Dons. Which is so my mind was going down the road ki okay, maybe he is the fan of the one of the original football clubs and stuff like that. Which MK Dons and Milton Keynes were one of the OGs, right, back in the day.
correct. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's where I started from. So yeah,
No, good thing and good
what
crack. I
a
think good. Yeah, cool. I think two
blitz.
movies, two
Awesome.
football done. I'm interested to see what your third question
Let's see
is.
if you go 3 for 3 here with the
Yeah,
genre.
yeah.
Question number 3 from me to you on home is so I recently traveled to Thailand just, to unwind and stuff. So I saw this very peculiar architectural style there in Bangkok and in other cities in Thailand.
Okay.
So what I found out that these are called as spirit houses. And the roots of these particular thing, like what you see here in the image, they basically look like temples, small temples. But in every building you see there that's constructed, or every mall that you see, there is always this spirit house that is present outside the mall or the temple or whatever, right? So the belief behind this comes from the fact that we coexist with spirits, and they better live in their own house than come inhabit our house. So this is like a home for
Okay.
the spirits that they have outside every of their architectural structure. Now, this is like the cultural curiosity part of it. But what interesting thing that I saw is that in Bangkok particularly, you will see a very peculiar offering that is made to the spirits here, which is a red variation of a drink created due to World War II restrictions.
Okay.
That is like a hint I can give you here. So it's like we all know this drink. It's very famous, and it was very strange to see that this is like a prasad to these spirits in Thailand. So
Oh,
I
okay.
want you to
Yeah,
guess
and
what is this drink?
nice. And I like the connect from home to spirit houses. Nice. Good connection there. Good link. Okay. Read a variation of a drink. I see you have put offering in quotes. Okay. My first like stupid guess is because it's a red variation. Like, is it something to do with blood? Like
Okay,
they offer a drink or something with where blood is infused in it or something.
okay, that is a good guess if we were living in the 1970s or not 1970s, 1700s. So the origin of this practice does stem somewhere from that
Okay.
they used to make blood offerings and animal sacrifices around these places back in the day when in the animism era of their
Hmm.
religion, basically. But obviously, very rarely you see those practices, especially in like a metro cities like Bangkok. So the natural succession of this is that they found this particular drink, which is a global drink, by the way, to resemble blood. They think that this resembles blood, and that's why this offering is made.
Is it the Virgin Mary, Bloody Mary concept?
Oh, that's a good guess. But no,
The bloody. Okay.
not that.
Then, okay, let me take one last stab at it. You're saying this is a globally known drink and they think it resembles blood. Okay, I'm going to go with Red Bull.
Nice. That's a great guess, but not Red Bull again.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
Is
give you
it
a
is it
hint.
like a known?
Yes. First of all, it's a very known thing, a global known drink, and
Okay.
probably the third most sold fizzy drink globally.
Okay. Is it
Right.
Fanta?
It is Fanta. That
Ah,
is
okay.
the right
Nice.
answer.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically, it's a
Strawberry
strawberry
Fanta.
Fanta that they use.
Nice.
So we in India don't have so many Fanta flavors, but you get all these strawberry Fantas in Thailand and Bangkok especially. Most of the sales of Fanta in Thailand go towards offering to these shrines. They don't really drink it; they just offer it.
Nice.
That's something that I thought was very peculiar about it.
Super. Very quirky. Yeah. Couldn't have guessed. But lovely, lovely Fanta.
Yeah, and again, like you didn't really focus on the drink from the World War II era part. So do you know how like Fanta came into being?
Yeah, I had heard about it. So I think the Nazis, I don't know, it's some funda where either to tackle the Nazi operation, they created it and something like that, where it means imagine, to fantasize, and then they named it
Yeah, yeah,
Fanta.
yeah.
There is some funda, but you
Yeah,
can
you're
you can elaborate.
Yeah, so like a very interesting story this is. So, obviously World War II Nazis would want to attack Americans and all these other European giants on all fronts. So there
Mm.
was a trade embargo on the materials used to make Coca-Cola. So only those materials which would be imported into, let's say, Germany or its allied countries were facing embargoes, and there was a shortage of Coca-Cola as a result in Europe. So what Coca-Cola's then CEO or some innovation expert did is that, hey, what materials are locally available here? They figured that out. And thus a drink made up of rye and apples was born. And they named this drink Fanta because, well, imagine a drink like Coca-Cola. So Fanta, like a fantasy Fanta. And from there, the drink grew in popularity. And then they had so many flavors, and then orange flavor, lime flavor, strawberry flavor. All those just became like a global hit. Now it has become very similar to what Kit Kat does actually. So with the different flavors. So Fanta also comes up with its own different flavors.
Lovely, yeah, and wow, I would love to try a strawberry Fanta. That seems very interesting. Wonderful. Nice question and nice fun. Brilliant. Cool. But yeah, here is the difference. My last question, rather, the third question is not on drinks or F&B. So it is on
Okay,
something else though. Let's see if you can
that's good.
crack this. Here it goes. It's a fairly simple one, but I thought that it's a good time to include this. This is a famous campaign by which company? It's called Har Ghar Kuch Kehta Hai. That's how the ghar connects to the home. So Har Ghar Kuch
Okay,
Kehta Hai, and a lot of clues in the image as well. Which famous company had this campaign?
okay. First obvious guess would be Asian Paints.
And it's right. Your obvious guess is spot on. This is Asian Paints. And do you want to guess who was responsible for this ad campaign? Which agency or which person?
Yeah, yeah, the marketer who recently passed away, Piyush
Yeah,
somebody.
correct. Piyush Pandey, the genius ad maker from India, from Ogilvy, and he created this campaign. And again, I went into that rabbit hole and saw his interview where he was sitting with Mr. Amit Singhal, the CEO of Asian
Hmm.
Paints. And the story goes that he was just sitting in his room and he was not getting any idea for the campaign tagline. And suddenly, he thought something in Hindi.
Mm.
And he called up Mr. Amit. He came over to the studio, and that's how they made this whole campaign, which stuck for at least 20 plus years now. And also, Asian Paint has done amazingly with marketing. They had this mascot called Gattu, if you remember. Yeah,
No, I
this
don't
is
remember
this
that.
is yeah. So this is Mr. Amit, and that's Piyush Pandey talking about how this came about.
Nice.
And this is the mascot called Gattu. It's now defunct, but it was very prominent in the 1960s onwards. Obviously, you know who designed this? Who was the creator behind this mascot?
This looks very similar to RK Narayan.
R.K. Lakshman, yeah, not R.K. The R.K. Lakshman style, correct. So that is the common man or the common mascot of
Nice.
painting world. So
Wow,
that's
that's
good too.
such a deep cut connect. That's amazing.
Yeah, and kuch kehte hai, with Piyush Pandey being in it, like it was just a good thing to have, I think, in the quiz. Cool. I think
Oh,
that's my
too good.
set. Anything? I think we covered a lot of things. Some AGMs that
Yeah,
is I
that's too
can't
good.
just miss. Were So instead of Villa, I was actually going to put the home ground of Aberdeen, which is the Scottish football club,
Okay.
just because. So, in the last 40 odd years, I may be wrong, but it's somewhere around that range, 40 plus years, the only teams to have won the Scottish Premiership is Celtic or Rangers. I mean,
Right.
that's it. And each of them has 55 or around that range. They have 55 titles each, exactly. And the next
Crazy.
club, I mean, the last club to have won aside of these two is Aberdeen. And the manager back then was Sir Alex Ferguson.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So I was going to put Aberdeen's home and then I was going to put something around Khosla ka Ghosla. But yeah, these were the three questions.
Nice, nice. Actually, for me, I kind of struggle to find a good home connect to a lot of questions. As my mind went down to home automation, first of all, then home decor. And I was actually trying to find like, is there like a gadget which references like a pop cultural thing that cleans houses and stuff? So I was looking into this concept of Roomba and stuff, but no,
Yeah.
man, tech giants really need to step up their naming game. They cannot keep naming stuff like Mark 1 and stuff like that.
I think these prompts just give you so like a blank canvas and you can just
I
do
swear,
whatever
it's
you
too much
want with
fun.
it. It's so much fun. So cool. I think that brings us to the end of this episode.
Yes. And now it's time to a new word.
Let's do that.
Do you want to jumble the words this time?
Yeah, let me do that. I'll share my screen. And for the viewers, this is all recorded live in front of you. So let me put random word generator. Let's go. So let's see which words come up in this round.
And no matter what word we get, I know it's going to be juicy. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
there's
And
just
we
so
just
much to do.
yeah. I'm just happy, like, what we have done 12 questions till now, and everything has been so loaded, and there's
Yeah,
there is fun and interestingness and quirkiness in everything. So that's amazing. So yeah, I'll just throw random 6 words and let's see
yeah.
what we get.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ooh.
Nice. Sound, pursuit,
Nice.
attractions, so ethnic and mug. Cool. I think
The
I leave it to
so
you this
comes
time.
quite a bit. Sorry?
I leave it to you this time. I don't have any inclination towards any word. I think shortlist would be sound, pursuit, everything actually. You can choose, I think, this time. Let's go.
Hmm. Like I'm thinking which could lead down to more like a better,
Better
you
set.
know,
Yeah.
better set actually. Okay, I'm leaning towards sound, honestly.
I like sound as well. There are multiple
Okay,
things you can
then
do.
yeah, sound can be like all encompassing. That could be nice.
Sound is good, right? Cool. Let's do
Yeah,
sound then.
let's finalize sound this
So
time.
sound is our word for episode 3 of Rabbit Holes, and see you next time.
All right,
Till
thank you
then,
for tuning in. Do subscribe and we'll see you back with a fresh set next episode.
all right, and till then, stay curious. See you.
See ya.